and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, today's topic is about Ramadan and how we manage to maintain our muscle during Ramadan. First of all, it's going to give you a quick oversight of what Ramadan is in lay terms. So Ramadan is a holy month in Islamic calendar in which Muslims fast. They go without food and water, amongst other things, from sunrise and sunset for about 30 days. Here in the UK, the fast lasts for roughly 17 to 18 hours depending on where you are in the country. As you can imagine, this is a tricky time for anybody that's made gains in the last few months. But firstly, I want to say that Ramadan is not about bodybuilding. If you feel you can't diet and go to the gym and you wish to get closer to God, then so be it. In the grand scheme of things, having 30 days off isn't really going to hurt. However, I'm going to show you what I'm doing this year. Anyway, so let's start. Here's what you're here for. So number one, calories. If you find your maintenance calories, that's basically the number of calories you have to keep the same weight. What you need to do is reduce that by roughly about 20%. That's what I do. If you're inactive or not as active as you normally are, then that's fine. Reduce it by 20%. If you're not, maybe 10 or 15% would be sufficient. For me, 2,800 calories is my maintenance, and I'm going to reduce that by about 560 calories, which is 20%, so it comes out with 2,240 calories. And I've got to fit that in within 5 or 6 hours, so it sounds pretty tough, but it's actually pretty easy to fit that many calories into the 6 hours. So that moves me on to number two, which are the number of meals I'm going to be having. Believe it or not, I'm still trying to eat 3 meals. When my fast opens at around 9:30 PM, I try to eat about 1,200 calories, mainly consisting of carbs and fats, followed by 300 calorie meal at around 12 AM. I go to bed and then I wake up at 2:30 AM and I have a 500 calorie meal. So in future videos I'll show you what I'm actually having and keep a diary of it, so watch out for them. Number three, water intake. For obvious reasons, dehydration can be an issue. However, if you're drinking every day, it's fine. So I drink roughly 1 litre at 9:30 PM and spread it out throughout until 2:30 AM. Research has shown that you retain water a lot longer if you get it through fruit and veg. So what I would recommend you do is increase your fruit and veg, and that'll be fine. Number four, protein. Keep your protein intake high. If you want to maintain that muscle, then take a whey protein at around 9:30 PM and a slow releasing casein powder at around 2:30 AM before you go to bed. I mean, the general rule is that you should have 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. So for me, it's roughly 200 grams of protein a day that I'm trying to fit in. Number five, and here we go, weight training. Ideally, you should move your training sessions to a time where you're fueled up. However, sometimes this isn't possible. I, for one, can't train in them 5 hours because number one, my gym's closed, and number two, I just can't fit everything in 5 hours. So what I'll try to do this year is train an hour before I can eat and drink and have like a 45-minute session and come home ready to eat and drink. So simple. Also, I'll be reducing my sessions from about 6 times a week to 4 times a week just to preserve that energy. Number six, supplements. So what I'm going to incorporate in my supplementation this year are BCAAs, which are branched chain amino acids, and I'll be having them as soon as I open my fast after the gym. I'll not be using creatine during my Ramadan, and the reason for that is that we wish to retain as much water as possible, and sometimes obviously creatine can act as a diuretic and you lose a lot of water. It could potentially be dangerous. What I would recommend is for you not to have creatine. I'll still be taking my multivitamin and my vitamin D. So I also wish to cover medicine, but that video will be released later this week. If there's anything you wish for me to cover on this topic, then please comment in this comment section below. If you haven't already, please subscribe and please keep an eye on my future videos. I'll be keeping a vlog on how Ramadan is going. I hope you stay with me, but thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.